Greetings, everybody. We are in Hanover, and we're here with Rob McGreevy, I want to call it the father of Connect. He was just introduced, and I think the Connect for everybody's benefit. Peter Harvick, the CEO of Schneider, defined at the heart of the Schneider Electric software. We're talking about the industrial AI and the Microsoft Azure OpenAI service, and Aveva is set to redefine how industries leverage AI for insights. Maybe talk about the strategic vision and the collaboration behind this. You always had a big vision, and you always had the mindset of a winner. So I love that even from the day at Schneider Electric Software. So
well, that's kind of you. Thanks for that intro. I would say we're very excited about the possibilities with industrial AI in general and how it's going to help transform the industry and frankly the world at large. And for us, we see this as the next evolution for the industry. For so many years, we focused on interconnectivity of systems and sources, capturing, collecting data, making sense of it, contextualizing it, visualizing it in different ways, and building applications around it to help make and manufacture. What industrial AI does is it blends together all those disciplines to help the sort of next generation workforce and essentially help us capture really new value realization from all the systems and sources that are out there today to help make for a better industry, a better tomorrow. And there's very concrete examples of how this can help us from areas of sustainability, for example, and reducing the emissions in our energy consumption footprints, all the way down to training the next generation workforce with sort of in situ training. So lots of different things to talk about, but in general we see this as being the next, I would say, wave of industrial manufacturing and critical infrastructure.
All right, so Aveva's industrial AI assistant is designed to simplify the extraction of insights from complex data sets. So maybe zero in on how you can, maybe for a small to mid-sized company, provide some examples how industrial assistant has transformed decision-making process in real-world industrial settings.
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the first thing to note for small, medium-sized businesses is it lowers the cost complexity equation. You don't have to have as much software on-site on-prem, and the number of steps to get these things running is much lower. So it's just simpler and easier to get up and running, largely because of the cloud. This is where a lot of the AI sort of lives, if you will. As far as use cases go, what we've done is simplified the way in which people can interact with the system. So rather than building lots of complex data models or complex screens, reports, graphs, we use the AI tools themselves to form the content itself. So you as a user or an operator asks questions, asks for specific information, the tool itself will return and build the content or respond back with appropriate answers.
Right, so let's put in the context of a new company that hasn't done business with Aveva. It's coming to Aveva and wants to leverage the 100+ software that AI sets on top, and you ask simple questions that may give you answers to some complex.
Yes.
How do you get started with it, and what's required behind the scenes to tap into the power of the software you have?
Okay, well, commercially and technically, two big things. One is you get on a Flex agreement. Flex is our commercial agreement for how you participate in our software environment. That's the commercial model. And then we have the platform Connect to get essentially connected to Connect, and that sort of unlocks the value of all the different applications, both from Aveva as well as from the ecosystem of partners. So it's pretty straightforward to get connected, no pun intended, but that's really it. That's how you get started with things. And once you're in Connect, that opens up all sorts of data access. It opens up different applications from us, from partners, and that becomes the gateway, if you like, into this industrial world.
Right, and there was the reference to that Connect, the heart of even the Schneider Electric software that you have there that connects everything. So now back to your reference on sustainability and efficiency. How does this collaboration between Aveva and Microsoft empower businesses to meet this goal, and particularly performance optimization using the Gen AI?
Yeah, so we've been working with Microsoft for 30 plus years or so, and we've always based a lot of our foundational technologies on the plumbing, if you like, the lower level systems that Microsoft provides, not only back in the operating system days, but obviously now with AI and generative AI in particular. So we build on top of, or we extend the Microsoft technologies to add industry specificity to that. That is industrial manufacturing, critical infrastructure, use cases, expertise, and knowledge, if you like. So that's really how the two are right together. They provide generic horizontal tech. We make it specific to industrial manufacturing. which of course lowers the cost complexity equation for people that want to actually apply AI in a manufacturing setting. And we have all the applications sort of around that help inform the AI on different models, different outcomes, different analytics that can be run. So that's really how the two of us kind of work together. It's very symbiotic and again builds on a decades-long relationship.
Right, and to that point, I think this goes back into Wonderware days without being part of the group, which was the first HMI that was based on a Microsoft. That's and right. Now building over several decades. Now, looking ahead, developments that we can expect from Aveva, leveraging AI and cloud technology to advance industrial operation. Are there any specific industry or challenges that Aveva aims to address in the upcoming innovations?
Yeah, I think there's so many to pick from. I would say, I think the energy sector in general, we talked about sustainability briefly, but using analytics and AI, and in particular generative, like fusing those together to create some really new, interesting outcomes that can reduce water consumption, optimize the usage of air, gas, steam, electricity. That's a super interesting hemisphere that affects all industries and markets. But I'd say in the energy production side, so power generation, whether it's renewables or making more sustainable classical, I'll say, generating assets, that's another area that's very interesting because we can apply prescriptive and predictive analytics models to these equipment to better make use of useful life of the asset over time, and also optimize the production and performance and throughput of that. So we can actually optimize to save on CO2 consumption, for example, across a period of time. So there's lots of different things we can do in the area of sustainability with predictive and prescriptive.
Got it, thank you. And if you're in the audience and have questions for Rob or somebody on his team, feel free to leverage the hashtag you see there, or join one of the manufacturing day, or join this week in Hannover in the booth. There's a lot of experts here in addition to Rob that could answer those questions. But also manufacturing day coming up in May. We're hoping to have some of the folks from Aveva, but also we have several other ones that would talk on Gen AI as well as sustainability.